Modern physics is going about saying this very beautifully, as it was said traditionally in the yogic culture. Shiva is like Shava, supreme energy, but inert. If you create vacuum states, suddenly virtual protons and virtual neutrons will get created in the vacuum space. Those who tried to grasp what is there in Kailash, they all merged with it. If you use the tool appropriately, it will let you settle down. It will go to the very core of knowing. Emptiness is generally a negative… there's a negative context to emptiness. Everybody wants to be full. Who wants to be empty? But it's in search of fullness that people have destroyed themselves. Tell me, how much money does it take to make your pocket full? If we put $1 trillion, will it become full? If we put $10 trillion, will it become full? No. How much ever you put, pocket cannot become full. There's no such thing. How much does it take? How much knowledge does it take to make your mind full? If you grind all the libraries on the planet and pour it into your head, still it will not become full. How many people do you have to love to make your heart full? 7.3 billion people, still there's room, so it never becomes full. So fullness is an empty pursuit. Emptiness is always total. Krishna said it very beautifully. When Arjuna asked, what is the nature of this damn truth? Because if I ask you, is this it? You say yes. If I ask you, is that it? You say yes. Another moment if I ask you, is this it? You say no. If I ask, is that it? You say no. What is the nature of this truth? Where is it? How is it? What form is it? So Krishna laughs and says, the nature of truth in the existence is such that what looks like poison, if you consume it, it will become the elixir of life. What looks like elixir, if you consume it, it will become your poison. Tell me, in pursuit of fullness, hasn't the whole humanity poisoned their own lives? Haven't we ripped off the planet in pursuit of fullness? When we say Shiva, we're talking about that which is not. That means there is no container. It's not something that can be in a container of any kind, not even in a cosmic container. It is in the lap of Shiva that cosmos is happening, because it's that which is not. When somebody realizes that or experiences that, we call that person also Shiva. This is how Adiyogi got labeled as Shiva, because he touched that dimension, became one with it. And the only way you can know it is by dissolving into it, not by grasping it. You cannot grasp it. Any number of stories, or these are situations which happened. Those who tried to grasp what is there in Kailash, they all merged with it. When I first went and witnessed Kailash about 14 years ago, since then I've been going every year. First 2-3 times when I went, the phenomena that's happening there, then I planned with a few people, let's come here and stay for 3 to 4 months, we'll figure out what the hell this is. When I touched a few dimensions of that, then I knew, unless I want to end it here, that's not the attempt you want to do. So now I just go, just enjoy the magnificent presence and come back. Because if you try to grasp it, the only way you can do it is by merging with it. not yet time for that. Shiva is described very beautifully like this, and today, modern physics is going about saying this very beautifully, as it was said traditionally in the yogic culture. Shiva is like Shava. Shava means a dead body, that means inert. He is not active, just inert. Supreme energy, but inert. So the story goes like this, Shiva was just lying there. Shakti, she's an offshoot of him, but she came and danced. And suddenly he woke up. Because she danced on his body, he woke up roaring, so we called him Rudra. Then he kind of settled down a bit, then we called him Hara. Then he really settled down into an eternal state of stability. Then we called him Sadashiva, that means always Shiva. This is… a parallel is drawn. Today, nuclear scientists, or not in the sense of nuclear means today, people think it's all about energy, not in that sense. Fundamental physics is talking about this. If you create vacuum states, that means absolute nothing states. If you… not inside that, around that, if you pass some electrical charges, suddenly virtual protons and virtual neutrons will get created in the vacuum space. In a space where there is absolutely nothing, not even the electrical charge. Electrical charge is only dancing around that. Because of this, virtual protons and virtual neutrons happen. This means it is possible to create something in that absolute nothingness. So, this is traditionally said, Shiva was lying down totally inert. You will see images like this in India. Shiva is lying down like dead. Shakti is standing on his chest and dancing. This is the imagery that they created. When energy acted, suddenly this inert space exploded into activity with a roar. So he was called a roarer or Rudra to start with. It's unfortunate that everything has to be authenticated by bits and pieces of information that science has gleaned out of existence. It's valuable for technology, but not valuable for realization. The top scientists in the world know that they haven't figured anything. It's only textbook scientists who think they know everything. The topmost scientists in the world have declared that we not only do not know, we will not know, they're saying. Because they know with the present means of exploration, they know where it'll stop. Usefulness you can explore, knowing you cannot explore with the methodology that you have. You shouldn't try to grasp it, you must settle into it. If you settle into it, settle into it, settle into it, it will go to the very core of knowing. How soon or how long, how many years will it take? There's no such thing. If you have the necessary intensity, it could settle in a moment, or it may take 100 lifetimes. Time is relative to the level of intensity and focus it has. The whole problem with this, that most… because unfortunately education is all about the intellect. It's feeding only one dimension of our intelligence, which we call as the intellect. Because of that, we're trying to figure everything logically. That itself is a huge barrier. As long as you're locked up in your own logic, The magic of life will not reveal itself to you. This is why the process is designed in such a way, you simply settle. You don't try to go anywhere, just allow it to just settle down. What settles inwardly cannot go to a wrong place, isn't it? If you're going out, you may end up in a wrong place. You're turning inward, you cannot go to a wrong place. The deeper and deeper you go, you can only go to the source. You cannot go anywhere else. Outward journey you could get lost for a lifetime without knowing what's happening to you. Inward journey is not like that. And inward is not a journey really. It is just settling down. The process, the methodology of samyama is not samyama. It's just a tool. If you employ the tool properly, if you worship the tool, you will not get anywhere. If you preserve it, you will not get anywhere. Tool has to be used. If you use the tool appropriately, it will let you settle down.